And we're back to Uncharted 1. In the last part, we got here to the vault. And now we're going to be exploring, getting closer and closer to the treasure, but also discovering its deep, dark secret.
A really elaborate way to hide the damn treasure.
I completely agree. But remember all that foreshadowing that we've been getting throughout the game that I've been mentioning? Well, we're about to see the payoff now.
You want to go over the foreshadowing?
Okay, so in the beginning of the game, when we were with Sully in the where we found the German U-boat, we noticed that when we saw a mural there about the about something of them worshiping a statue, it looked like they were worshiping. That was actually a warning about something. And then when we found out about the German U-boat, it looked like something had been chewing on the captain when we opened the door to find his dead corpse. And then when we got to the flooded city near the customs building, they were talking about the cursed Inca treasure. And then I believe our last hint was right before we got to the sanctuary, when we saw our plane with the guy impaled with it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see the whole payoff for that in this part. And like I said, this game I think does it the best out of the entire Uncharted series. Like Uncharted 2, if you keep an eye out, you can kind of notice it, but in this game, it is very well done, I think. And then Uncharted 3, it honestly, in my opinion, just kind of comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, it's just like, oh,
what about in 4?
In 4, they get... Okay, so this is something that the Uncharted trilogy does that kind of gets on my nerves a bit, is that they include this mystical element to it. Like, you know, up until this point...
You dumbass! You dumbass!
No. That part is very finicky, because if you even if you're just hanging on the ledge there, you can still get hit.
Really?
I mean,
you can't shimmy? Even when you're trying to just shimmy?
Yes, you can still get hit there. Every Uncharted, you know, up to this point, you know, we've had a few, like, temples and stuff like that, puzzles that we've been figuring out, but we're about to take into something where it gets a bit ridiculous. You know, it's been pretty standard action movie popcorn filler, but now we're gonna get into something almost kind of like this game is when I said earlier that this game really feels like Resident Evil to me. We're really about to see what I'm talking about. Uncharted 2, the mystical element was more or less a giant Yeti monster, and then in Uncharted 3, it's
don't drink the water. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, it's don't drink the water, but you end up fighting like fire genie demons, and it's just fucking stupid. In this game, I'm a way more forgiving of it because it's hinted at well enough to where it's not totally out of left field.
Yeah, in 3, it basically, like, I mean, there's bits of it, kind of, but it more or less just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, Uncharted 2, if it's mentioned here and there, but, you know, nowhere near as good as in this game. And then on Uncharted 4, they just took it out completely, and thank God. Because it's because of that I think Uncharted 4 has the best story in the series. And I really think, and I was talking about this earlier, where one of the writers for the original trilogy, I believe her name is Morgan Kelly, kept doing this shit. And I believe that if she had not been kicked off for Uncharted 4, we would have seen something else just as fucking ridiculous. Now, it could be completely wrong, and it wasn't her that decided to do that, but at the same time, when you are the lead writer of the story, I've got someone I need to blame.
It's something you need to blame.
And plus, like I said, she was the lead writer of the story, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very like even like Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Like Tomb Raider's always done like mystical elements, but either
I mean, that was a thing even in the Indiana Jones stuff.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like Tomb Raider's always been the one to the only series to sort of do it right, like reliably right, except for when the games themselves are just bad, like Legend of what was it, Legend of Darkness or something, or
Angel of Darkness, I think it was.
Yeah, but oh yeah, then there's Tomb Raider Legend, which was the actual reboot, and then there's the
soft reboot.
Yeah, but so like even with all the
Was Underworld good? I forget.
yes.
Okay.
Interesting
Little fact. Interesting little tidbit. Deus Ex Human Revolution, that actually uses a completely retooled Tomb Raider Underworld engine.
It's the same engine as Tomb Raider Legend. Yeah,
well,
Tomb Raider Legend, Anniversary, and Underworld both use the engine that they completely remade from the ground up for Tomb Raider Legend. Tomb Raider Underworld is basically a sequel to is the sequel to Tomb Raider Legend. So it was Tomb Raider Legend, then they with the new engine they made Tomb Raider Anniversary, the remake of the first game. Then they did the sequel for Legend, Tomb Raider Underworld. And Eidos reused that engine but retooled it for the gameplay for Deus Ex.
Yeah, which that's weird.
I mean, it's still Eidos.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like that's a weird engine to use.
By the way, I really fucking hate this shootout section.
You seem to hate a lot of the shootout sections.
None of them seem to be very good.
Well, there's some in the later half of the game that really get fucking annoying, and this is definitely one of them. I mean, like I said, I love Uncharted 1, but this is just one of those moments in the game I just kind of roll my eyes.
Also, again, how are all these people here?
Well, this one, they were kind of, they were Eddie Raja's men, so they were, going through the cavern. I think they were, like,
how did they get in this room specifically?
They blew up a door. Which, I mean, hey, I'll take over just popping in out of nowhere.
I mean, sure, that seems like a sound thing. If you don't factor in the age of the
building and the fact that the explosion probably.
Oh, Uncharted 4 would love to have a word with you about that shit. They blow up everything in that game.
But yeah,
dynamite.
But yeah,
modern explosives would fucking destroy this.
But yeah, with yeah, so like with the Tomb Raider story, like they like 90% of the time they always have like a mystical element, but they do a really good job either alluding to it or they just say bring it up flat out, and the mystery, either the mystical element is part of the mystery and it's handled really well, or they already bring up the mystical element to begin with, and part of the mystery is.
I know. I saw that happen during the recording session too, and I was just laughing my ass off.
Well, I mean, there was also like, which one had the dinosaurs? Because that one, I'd say they just said fuck it.
That's Tomb Raider 1.
Yeah, again, they just said fuck it.
Well, no, because that played into the mystical element. Because like you were basically going into a place that basically the theme there was basically you're going to a place that time forgot. So, but, or like the land that time forgot or something like that.
Or a land before time.
Shut up. But, like with Tomb Raider, basically the mystery has to do with either the mystical element's existence or the cause of the mystical element. Either way, it's always really handled pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said,
these games, it seems to be, if it has it, it's the twist.
Yeah, like Uncharted 1, it's foreshadowed well enough to where I am willing to forgive it. Uncharted 2, again, they do allude to it somewhat when you find out
and
about
it doesn't seem to be too bad.
Yeah, and then 3, it was just like, why the fuck is this here?
Yeah, like Tomb Raider does basically it does the two-pronged mystery. Like even if you know like the mystical element is a thing, the main mystery then shifts to the source of it, or like the potential of the mystery, or the potential of the mystical element.
But now we're about to see the final payoff of everything.
Nate?
Hi,
As well as...
Hi,
Yep.
Francis.
Yep, that's him.
It's Drake.
Shit about your nose. Did you get
Never found
get
it.
tips from Michael Jackson?
Died here.
Now, I'm no, like, expert on, you know, decomposition and all that, but you do not keep your fucking facial hair when you die, right?
No, you don't.
Wasted his life.
Hair is one of the first things that rots away, I believe.
Unless like that's part of the embalming process, like
Are you ready
preservation.
to get moving?
Well,
But he
this
died
is
in the
like
suit.
with
just a
mummifi-
laid
like
out
with
in the open
mummifi-
corpse.
Like this doesn't even look like decomposition. It looks like he was mummified, essentially.
But
Generally, actually, hair isn't one of the first to go because I mean the hair follicles don't really disappear because that's
Okay, so...
the hair follicles are part
well,
of
except
the
the thing
skin.
that's keeping your hair alive is like your body working.
Well, no.
All right, so
no,
here
because
is-
that has to do with the hair follicles are basically
sorry
with
to
the skin.
sorry to interrupt, but this is a moment when all that aiming with the over the shoulder perspective, do not bother with it. Collect all the ammo on the ground here because you are gonna need it, and the best tip I can tell you is run and gun because we're about to get into a little bit of a survival section. And this is when the game really starts trying to get Resident Evil-y, if that makes any sense.
But yeah, so like generally the first thing to go is
Easy, Eddie.
is the cartilage.
Yeah, so the nose, the ears.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But like hair, as long as your skin's intact,
Jesus, what is that?
We're dead! We're all dead!
Eddie, get back here!
what
But
the-
here we go.
I think killing floor.
Crap.
Jake, if we don't make it out of here, I just want you to know I hate your guts.
Yeah, likewise, pal. Now let's do this.
So, these are the Spaniards. These are the cursed individuals who touched El Dorado, and this is what they became.
Yep. I mean I kind of saw that coming, like the cursed title. I think that is based off an so I was bringing this up a few parts ago, but basically when the Spaniards tried to torture the Inca leader to find basically
Oh yeah, and you can't punch them. I was showing that off right there.
when they were trying to find El Dorado, basically the leader, the Inca, cursed them to basically once they found the treasure, they would find the treasure, but they would not be able to. What is it? It's like you find the treasure that you've been looking for, but you would never be able to capitalize on your success or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, I think.
I mean, it's a kind of cliched curse that you see a lot in movies, where it's like.
I mean, in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, there was a mission where
Like,
you
you'll
had
find
to
what
kill people who had some of the gypsy.
It's like you'll
gold.
find what you're looking for, but you'll never find what you need, or you'll find what you're looking for, but it will come at the cost of what you really.
It reminds me of actually of Courage the Cowardly Dog when Eustace is trying to open up a box that his brother left him, and he gets inside of it and it's filled with all the gold, and he's like, haha, the gold's all mine, but wait, how do I spend it?
It's like you'll find what you want, but you'll forever be unable to enjoy to enjoy what you love.
Don't mess with Eddie Rod!
Basically, it's sort of the
Of course he gets fucked after doing that.
I know, but I love that line. Don't mess with the Diracha.
Doesn't he live?
it's like
No, he's dead.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like the
okay.
it's like the typical curse of hubris. It's like, monkey's paw and all that type of shit. It's like be careful what you wish for type of thing.
I really do. Okay, so
Yeah, because if I'm remembering, just to finish it off the tangent, like if I remember correctly with the legend, it was he cursed them that when they found the treasure that they were looking for, they ended up all dying in a ship crash, they all like went lost at sea, and they never returned back to Spain.
And these are the guys that we're fighting now, but I was kind of saying earlier about the jet ski being my second least favorite part of the game. We're actually getting to the first, and it involves these guys. We'll be seeing that next part, but it is easily my least favorite area in the entire fucking series. Next to the boat, I would actually probably take the boat graveyard over this area, and it's only because I'm a chicken shit. I really do not like these guys. These guys actually outright terrify me. And actually, I think it is still up on my YouTube channel, the VashGamer94 at the time of this recording, in case I ever make another one, which I highly doubt I will. But I did a live recording session, and when I got to this part of the game, you will hear me scream like such a little bitch at these Spaniard zombie mummies, whatever you want to call them.
Go.
Also, you remember the German U-boat we saw at the beginning of the game? Well, we see where it came from.
Wow. This explains the U-boat in the Amazon.
Nate, come here, look at this.
What the hell are you singing?
Spike Jones into Fuhrer's face.
So they found it. They must have broken into the vault and cleared it out.
Yeah, but what's the monastery got to do with it?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. If that's where the statue is now. Oh man, we were right on top of it.
I bet this will take us to the surface.
That's assuming it'll work. That's like...
Guess the Nazis didn't pay their electric bill.
Oh, damn it.
I like that
You know,
line.
if we can make it to the generator room, we could get the power turned back on. We just gotta find a way out of here first. Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Found a way out.
Nice work.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Nope. This one's all you, cowboy.
What do you mean?
Nate, you know I can't make that jump.
There's no way
Bullshit.
I'm leaving you here alone with those
We
things.
don't have a choice. Just go turn the power on, come back and get me, and then we'll get the hell out of here, okay? Just go.
It's,
I will be
I
right
don't think it's
back.
that far of a jump.
Yeah.
I would get a bit more technical about it. But she's made jumps bigger than that in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, if she came all the way to the customs house when she was showing us that video of Sully, she can easily make that jump.
Yeah.
The jumps with the doors were more threatening. By the way, the theme that's playing now, I really love this track.
It's
This is-
very not sinister. More,
Ow, oh god, his hands must be fucked.
It's not sinister. It's not somber. What's the word?
I'm just gonna say ambient.
Well, I'm looking for a
Foreboding?
specific type. Yeah.
Yeah, I think foreboding. would be
Yeah,
the
like I
best
was
word.
trying to find a specific type of ambience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh god, every time he slides down on those rusty ass pipes, it just makes me wince.
But yeah, that German U-boat that we saw at the beginning of the game came all the way from here, so it all comes full circle. Again, this is something I will praise Uncharted 1 so much for, is that the...
I guess you'll...
It does Chekhov's gun really well.
Huh?
I'll explain that later.
Yeah. Anyway, next part, we're heading into my least favorite area in the entire fucking game.